Gentlemen, if there's one piece of advice I can give when it comes to dating, it's that if you do, by some chance, get into relationships and you're able to go and date, which is good for you. You're able to date real women instead of going in virtual reality. The one thing you got to keep in mind as a man when you're in these relationships is you can't look like a cuck, okay? And listen, you may think that's crazy to say. Nobody's thinking about being a cuck. Trust me, all the porn you've been watching, watching a dude smash girls multiple times, what do you think that's doing to you? You're becoming used and accustomed to that visual. So when it translates to real life, you're gonna become a cuck. That's just how simple as it is. Which is why, listen, if you gotta look at the porn, you gotta bust a nut. I mean, I urge guys, keep it vanilla. Don't go too crazy in the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, seeing girls in tight uniforms and then gym clothes and cleavage. Like, keep it vanilla, bro. Like, if you're going to bust a nut, keep it vanilla. Because I'm telling you, once you get to the hardcore stuff, like, it starts small. It starts simple. Oh, you're just watching a guy smash a dude. And then it's going to become a threesome. And then it's become like a flipping gangbang or some stuff like that. And it just gets weirder and weirder and weirder. I mean, look what's happening right now. I'm sure people have heard of the news of this OnlyFans girl, Lily Phillips or Lily Collins or whatever the F. And the fact that she smashed 100 dudes for OnlyFans. This is... Even I'm like, that's messed up, bro. Like, and these dudes, they're messed up. Like, how can you do that? You literally go into a room, you're being recorded, you got to get it up. You only got 5 minutes. Apparently, that's what they said. And other dudes have been there. That's crazy. I would not feel comfortable. But that's what I'm saying. Like, guys are so flippin' desperate, bro. Yo, you got people like spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars just for that opportunity. Like, are you serious? You could have used that money for like your rent or food. You know what I'm saying? Like, for this, yo, dude. You know what it was when I heard of that news and I reacted to some other people reacting to it. I'm like thinking to myself, damn, this was live prostitution. Like, no cap. They recorded live prostitution. These guys aren't actors. They're real dudes that came in that did this. This wasn't a hired porn star guy, who knows the bit. No, this was legit random ass dudes who signed up for they recorded a live prostitution session. They recorded a live prostitution. It's crazy to me. It was like, yo, we've gone that far in society that this is acceptable. Should there be laws about this type of stuff? Because this was man. This was nuts. This was nuts. Because they paid money. They paid money for this. Like, come on, man. Come on. What are we doing? Man, come on. I know you're desperate, but dude, this is not the answer. Oh gosh, bro. I saw like bits and pieces of the documentary that they put up on her, and I'm like, damn, these guys are cucks. Like, if you, bruh, I don't know what to say. I can't even. Okay, I'm moving back to what I was originally trying to say, which is like, listen, if you're ever gonna get into a relationship, don't be a cuck. Don't look like a cuck. You know, you gotta have certain boundaries, and you gotta really hammer it in. And I hate to say it, but I know that girl. She's wearing the tight clothing. She's revealing a lot of skin. I know you're attracted to her. I know that you lust after her, but you know she's bad trouble. You know, you have the same, like, guys have the same problems with girls who are attracted to bad boys. Girls know bad boys suck. They're degenerates. They're criminals, but they're attracted to them. They lust after them. It's the same with you guys. You may say you're not into these types of girls that do certain things and show themselves in such a manner, but you still chase them. There's this hypocrisy needs to be shown in full blast. You can't go and say all these things about certain women and be the same person that chases these women. You can't. You can't. If anything, you should be chasing the actual nice girls. And usually they're like in the library, in a church. And I'm talking about like if a girl's in a church, I mean, she was there since childhood, you know? Not like she just came in and is suddenly reformed. No, I'm talking about girls who were in church since they were like little kids. You know, they've been learning the words of God, you know? Like, you should be going for those types of girls, but you don't. You're hanging out at nightclubs. You're going out in the streets asking women out. Like, the first woman that you see is showing cleavage. You go up to her. You're like, hey, I thought you were pretty. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, I've seen so many videos of those types of dudes. Like, you know, they got the smartphone and stuff, and they're trying to rizz up girls on the street. And it's like, I just thought you were beautiful, and then they try to make some BS like compliment and say like like personality and all this. Bruh, you saw her big titties hanging around. That's why you approached her. There's no personality there. There's nothing. You came up, you saw titties, you saw a big fat ass, and you're like, I'm gonna get me some of that. But it's like, there's nothing real about it. Like, yo, pickup artistry is such a fraudster type thing. It doesn't work unless you're good looking. So I don't even know why people bother. And obviously the woman, she knows why you approached her. She got her big ass titties hanging out. Or she's like super lean and there's a lot of skin showing, her belly button's showing, and this other stuff. That's why you approached her. It's all sexual. It's all lust. There's nothing real about it. Like, you think you're gonna get a real relationship where you're gonna have a long-term like commitment of like marriage and having kids with a girl you just like rizzed up or try to rizz up on the streets? You think there's anything real in that scenario? There's nothing real in that scenario. You saw something that stimulated you sexually and you went after it. That's as simple as that. There's no love. It's all lust. Okay, people need to start saying, I lust after a girl instead of I love a girl, because love is a different thing. It's a different thing that a majority of people nowadays don't have an understanding of. It's all lust, man. Everything around we see is lust. Anyway, like if you're gonna be a type of dude in a relationship, you can't be a cuck. How do you not be a cuck? Like I said, you gotta set boundaries with your woman, and you wouldn't even have to be a cuck if you actually went for the right girls. As I said previously, like if you're actually going for good girls who are quiet, timid, dress modestly, you don't have to worry about being a cuck, because they will ensure safeguard without you having to tell them. That's your problem. You see a hot girl, you get stimulated, and then you get into a relationship with her, and then you expect her to change. It's like, bro, she's been like this since she was 15 years old. You can't undo this programming. Let's say she's 25. That's 10 years. 10 years of being, of experimenting and being on the trend of being provocative and sexual. You're not going to change that. You know how hard it is for people to quit alcohol? You know how hard it is for people to quit heroin, drugs, cocaine, like all these other substance use? You think it's going to be easy? You think it's just going to snap at your fingers a day or 2 weeks? They're just going to stop being sexual in their clothing? That's not going to happen. You're delusional if you think it's going to happen. But some guys think, oh, I could do this. I could command this from a woman. No, you cannot. You're not that guy. You're not Batman. You're not freaking James Bond. You're not you're not Don Draper from Mad Men. You're none of these dudes. You're an average dude that's making $60K a year. Okay, you can't command that from these types of women. It's over. So like, go find yourself a good woman. But you don't want a good woman. You want a smash bad woman. It's like, I can't do anything with that. It's in you, you know. That's your prerogative. Me, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you, like, listen, if you want a smooth, steady relationship that has no headaches, and trust me, you may think that you can put up with the girls that you're trying to deal with. You think you can put up with their low IQ and their level of, like, you know, complaining and all this other stuff. But I promise you, when you get older, when you reach 25 plus, it's gonna be a headache, and you don't want that. It's like being stuck. It's like being a teacher in kindergarten. You got a bunch of kids screaming in your face. You can't even hear yourself talk. That's how crazy it is, right? And guys can't see that. They just see what it is now, and I'm telling you, dude, you can't. No, you gotta do better, man. You gotta do better. It's okay to look at these women, to be attracted, but understand, being in a relationship with these girls, and I promise you, a lot of guys fall into this. They try to get into a relationship with these girls, and they try to see if she changes, but it's all a lost cause. She's never going to change. You know this deep within your heart and soul. So you might as well just be honest with women and what you want, so that way both parties have an understanding and there's no hard feelings, and it saves you, you know. And by the way, if you're dealing with these types of women, man, you got B.P.T happening, you got, you know, certain like laws and stuff going around that's like crazy for men. It's not safe for men to even have like real life one night stands. Like, you're gonna get busted, not in a good way. You're gonna get busted, and you're gonna have to spend $1,000 trying to prove your innocence. Like, that's how crazy it is. It's like, don't just stop, man. I'm trying to help you guys, but you can't. You're letting your penis do all the thinking for you. Don't listen to that dude. Don't listen to him. And listen, I'm not saying, like, be ashamed of being this horny bastard. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You're a guy. You just like sexy women. That's fine. But I'm saying, if you're letting your penis do all the thinking for you, like 90% of your decision making comes from your penis, heck no. You need to stop that. You need to cut that out, man. You need to get back to reality. You need to detox for at least a year. Because this is crazy stuff that we're living in right now, man. Like, you look back in the 80s and the books that they were making, like all this stuff that we're experiencing now, you know, this used to just be fantasy. This used to be a dystopian idea. But now it's a reality, dude. It's a reality, gentlemen. What do you think is going to happen? You know, with this reality, like, having traditional values is now becoming a fiction, because it's getting close to the point where it's gonna no longer be existed for the next 10 to 20 years. And that's how bad it is. Like, the only times you'll hear about traditional values is in the form of books and movies. Traditional values will become a fantasy. It won't become a historical thing. That's how crazy that we're at, the type of world we're heading into. Anyway, I hope you find something from this video, and hopefully you can implement it in your own life, but who knows? Peace out.